In this video I'll be showing you how to maximize Kotal's offensive potential in MK11 using tech and using reads informed by tech. So to start, we're going to establish a baseline. Kotal's command grab is a true mid, unduckable, unblockable command grab. It does 180 damage minimum when you amplify it, and every additional time you use it, the grab and all of Kotal's moves do even more damage. The command grab levels Kotal up to 4 times. This incentivizes you to use the command grab as a combo ender and as a command grab in mix-ups all the time. A few changes were made to Kotal's 1-2-2 string in the last patch, but before we discuss how it's changed, let's discuss what it is and what it always will be. It's a 3-hit string that starts off of Kotal's 7-frame stand 1, which is a high. The second hit is cancelable, which allows it to be a hit confirm tool into big damage and a level up for Kotal, which looks like this. You can also determine which side the opponent goes to during the command grab ender by holding forward or backward. What makes 1-2-2 so interesting now is that if 1-2-2 is blocked, Kotal is left +1. For mid-screen, this doesn't mean that much, but there's a lot of pushback. It's still good though. From the range that 1-2-2 on block puts the opponent, Kotal's 10-frame forward 1 is a pretty big threat. It's one of the fastest and furthest advancing highs in the game. Because Kotal's forward 1-2 off of this forward 1 string is also hit confirmable, using forward 1 to check the opponent's movement after 1-2-2 on block is a pretty good idea. The result looks like this. The pushback from 1-2-2 is still applied in the corner. Thankfully for the defender, there's a way to prevent yourself from constantly being forced into Kotal's forward 1 range by every single blocked 1-2-2. There's a flawless block gap in the third hit of 1-2-2 that allows for flawless block attacks to fully punish. The best part of 1-2-2, and the thing that's new as of the most recent patch, is that Kotal has a tick throw into his command grab off of 1-2. This is incredibly powerful because this allows you to hit confirm into either a combo on hit or a command grab on block. If the opponent knows that the Kotal player is going to go for the tick throw off of 1-2, the defender can jump or hop to get a full punish like this. That's the optimal damage right there. 360 minimum if you happen to be leveled up, that's going to be doing potentially over 40%. As Kotal players, we should actually be thankful that the opponent can jump out of that tick command grab setup, because we can maximize our reward and do even more damage than we would have done with the command grab if we commit to making a hard read that is incredibly rewarding when it works. If the opponent tries to jump out of the tick command grab setup off of 1-2, you can actually cancel straight into your down forward 2 launcher and end up with an even bigger damaging combo than any grounded combo that Kotal has, because the launcher hits the opponent out of a jumping state in the air. The result looks like this. And if you're willing to optimize, you can get 292 at level 1. And if you go for absolute max damage, you can be doing 298 even without being leveled up. With the opponent cornered, the Kotal player gets access to max damage off of this read and can do a much easier combo to get that max damage. $332 while having never leveled up before, only spending 1 bar and leveling up. Mid-screen max damage as well, 320. That's a hard combo, and I'm not even sure if it works on women characters, but it's there if you want it. Doing 1-2 into launcher isn't just good for catching opponents trying to jump out of the tick throw setup, but it also messes with opponents who are trying to flawless block 1-2-2 in order to get a punish. 1-2-2's third hit has 16 frames of startup. Launcher has 21 frames of startup, as you can see there. The difference in startup between these two attacks is longer than the entire flawless block window in MK11. This means that somebody who tries to flawless block up to your 1-2-2 for a full punish will be hit by 1-2 into launcher as they input their up 2 without holding the block button. I can demonstrate this for you right now by recording the dummy doing one of two options. For option 1, the dummy will approach and do 1-2 into launcher. Option 2, the dummy will do 1-2-2. For both options, I'll be trying to flawless block the 1-2-2. We'll see what happens. So I've set the two options to random hidden playback, meaning I have no idea which one is coming. I will try to flawless block 1-2-2 and punish every time. You can see I got hit by the launcher as soon as the launcher came out. The timing difference is perfect for the setup. You can also use 1-2-2 to catch the opponents that are trying to jump out of your 1-2 tick grab setup, but the result is 7% damage and being pushed full screen instead of a potential full combo that you could get if you're willing to take the risk and commit to the launcher. In a way, 1-2-2 is also risky because people are well aware of the flawless block gap at higher levels of MK11. 1-2-2 is a little bit more rewarding than normal in the corner because you won't have to deal with the massive pushback on hit. Your knockdown is fantastic with the opponent at the wall. The biggest balancing factor against the strength of these 1-2 mix-ups is the overall weakness of Kotal's stand 1 as a normal. Its range is incredibly tiny by MK11 standards, and it's also a high. However, we can compensate for these weaknesses if we use the normal after landing a poke. So your fastest poke with Kotal is your 7-frame down 1. However, Kotal's stand 1 has such whiff issues that it's actually incredibly difficult and inconsistent to jail into Kotal's stand 1 off of a down 1. These whiff issues are a much bigger deal against women characters, which I will show you right now. Against tall characters like Kotal, Xiao, or Geras, Kotal can get away with doing stand 1 after down 1 most of the time and have it still actually jail. The result is an instantaneous, hit-confirmable sequence of mix-ups. One attack that doesn't have any whiffing issues at all is Kotal's mid command grab, which can't be ducked and also frame traps off of either of Kotal's pokes. Kotal's down 1 is plus 11 on hit, and Kotal's down 3 is plus 13 on hit. Because Kotal's command grab is 14 frames, there is nothing in this game that will be able to stop the opponent from having to guess between a strike or Kotal's command grab in this mix-up situation. Not even Fatal Blow Armor is fast enough. Fatal Blow Armor needs 5 frames to start up, and the opponent only has a 3-frame window against down 1, and a 1-frame window against down 3 in the command grab. Neither of those will work. Jackie will help us demonstrate the whiffing issues on Kotal's stand 1, even after down 1. This is from point blank range. It has nothing to do with the frame data itself, because down 1 being plus 11 is more than enough time for an 8-frame stand 1 to be able to jail. Something about how high the stand 1 is makes ducking opponents somehow be able to sneak through a hit. Thankfully, Kotal's down 3 completely eliminates this whiffing issue. At the cost of being 1 frame slower, you also gain the function of a low that also has bigger range than down 1. The down 3 also has a vacuum effect that sucks the opponent in and allows you to extend the range of your frame trap command grab. So if you want to use your fast as normal to check an opponent, you can then check them once again by doing down 3, which guarantees jailing into stand 1 if it hits. The only drawback of down 3 is that it's a little bit less functional as a tick throw because of some pushback when you use it as a cancel. Here's what you would like to be able to do after checking an opponent with a down 1 successfully. However, you're out of range of the command grab. You don't really need to do down 3 here though, because you have a down 1 which is just as fast and is also a mid, so there's no worry about the opponent getting away from it or ducking under it. The Kotal cake is covered in icing on top. We talked a lot about how good the 1-2 into command grab is as a tick throw because of its hit confirmability. But if you don't want that and you want to continue mixing the opponent up, you also have stand 1 into command grab as a tick option, and this works off your poke just the same way. This means that the same read that we learned to make earlier, using normal strings into launcher instead of command grab, can also be applied to stand 1 instead of just 1-2. The result looks like this. In the corner you can get access to 3-4 in the combo, even against women characters. It looks like this. Pretty good. You should only use stand 1 into tick throw sparingly, and you should almost never use stand 1 into launcher unless you're absolutely certain the opponent will jump in fear of this. The reason you should only use them sparingly is because 1-2 is much more hit confirmable than just stand 1. In fact, stand 1 is not hit confirmable. Also, the likelihood that somebody gets hit by 1-2 into launcher is much more likely than just stand 1 into launcher, because with 1-2 into launcher, you're fighting both people trying to jump out of your command grab setup and people trying to flawless block your 1-2-2 string. So it makes much more sense to use your string option, which gives you some time to think and hit confirm and determine how you should make the read and when.
But they are quite slow. You can check them if you have the reactions. You know that Shine is going to be able to, and then there it is. One of the new things to Kotal Khan. That's now a tick throw. 1-2 grab, now works on block. Get used to.
He does it again. Shine not ready for it.
So that's the mix-up, right? As soon as you start trying to jump, he finishes the string and then tags you. Or he does that if he wants to do something a bit more unsafe, but far more rewarding. MonkeyBizness. That's the read that leads into 370 damage.
And then I fatally blew it when I got fatally blown. But now your knowledge of Kotal has grown, so you can use this in a tournament match of your own. So practice up and watch my next videos, where we'll continue to learn how to assert Kotal in his throne.